Well, just ahead on Up with KREM, statewide reopening freeze. Governor Inslee says no counties can move forward with reopening for now. And this week, new restaurant restrictions go into effect.
And a little bit of haze to kick off our Wednesday morning. We're taking a look outside at Lake Coeur d'Alene. Still some warm temperatures coming our way. We're talking 90s and triple digits ahead.
And we have all seen videos just like this one of people outraged over statewide mask mandates. Well, local leaders in Spokane have been encouraging masks for over a month now. This morning, a closer look at local case numbers to see if the mandate has made an impact.
Up with KREM begins now.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Up with KREM. In case you haven't heard, it is going to get toasty this week. It's already been toasty this week, and we talk about the potential for triple digits. Spokane could see the highest temperatures of the year so far today and tomorrow.
Evan, is there really any hope for a cool down? When is the last time we've been so hot like this in Spokane? I see a couple numbers on the screen behind you.
Yeah, we haven't been in the triple digits since August of 2018. So if we get there, it'll be 2 years just about that we have been waiting to make it back to the triple digits. I don't know if I should say anyone has been really waiting for it as it is especially warm. But yeah, so far 96 degrees is the warmest we've seen. And that was yesterday. That was yesterday's high, 96. So warmest day of the year so far. Today could make it to 97. And then that Thursday forecast at 101. So going to be a warm one for sure, guys.
And how prolonged are these kind of triple degree temperatures? Is this something that we can expect for a long period of time, shorter time? What are we looking at?
You know, it's year by year. So right now it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing those triple digits last for much longer than a few days. Thursday and Friday are the 2 days that we have triple digits in the forecast, and then a steady cool down comes toward the beginning of next week. But hey, as far as August and September goes, you know, all bets are off. We don't know how warm we could get by then, because there are some years in the past where even August gets into that triple digit territory.
All right, so let's put it into perspective with what we can expect today. Evan, what are we looking forward to on our Wednesday?
All right, well, let's start off with a look outside. A little bit of haze to kick off the morning. That is thanks to wildfire smoke. We have been talking about those wildfires all morning long, and you should definitely be aware of that high fire danger around us going into the next couple of days, as we see temperatures very high, low relative humidity, and breezy winds. 65 degrees outside in Spokane right now. That's where we're at to start off the morning. Watches, warnings, advisories look like this. We've got an excessive heat warning that is across central Washington until 8 p.m. on Friday. Your heat advisory that has been in effect since Monday now extended all the way through Friday as well. So that is also until 8 p.m. On Friday, where we have heat expected in the upper 90s and low triple digits. Notice that it has also been expanded to cover almost the entirety of east of the Cascades through western Montana. Next 12 hours in Spokane, going to take us to 96 degrees. That's our afternoon high. Could come to 97 between about 3 and 5 p.m. So we could either match or beat yesterday's high temperature by just 1 degree. If we beat it by 1 degree and make it to 97, that'll be the warmest of the year so far. We are keeping an eye on a little bit of a breeze coming through right now. Gusts are mainly in the 20-mile-per-hour range, but sustained speeds just about the mid-single digits. So nothing too bad to worry about this morning, but we will talk in more detail about our wildfire concerns and about the haze out there as we kick off the morning in just a bit. Let's take a look at what's going on the roads to start the morning. Nothing too bad. If we see any backups or delays, we'll let you know. Dana Marie?
That update. Here are 3 things you need to know today. Governor Inslee has suspended all Washington counties' ability to move into the next phase of reopening. He initially paused reopening at the end of June and extended the freeze for another 2 weeks into mid-July, which was set to expire today. Now, as of today, 5 counties are in modified phase 1, 17 are in phase 2, including Spokane, and 17 counties are in phase 3. No counties are in phase 4 of the reopening plan. This comes after the state rolls back restrictions on restaurants, bars, and entertainment. The hope is to try and slow the spread of coronavirus in Washington state. So there are 2 outbreaks at long-term care facilities in Moses Lake. The Columbia Crest Center has 29 people testing positive, including residents and staff. The Lake Ridge Center has had 5 cases. Residents at both facilities are now isolating. And negotiations on coronavirus relief bills will come and resume today on Capitol Hill. Republican and Democratic leaders admit they remain far apart on several key issues, including a GOP proposal to protect businesses and other entities from COVID-19 related lawsuits. Democrats are strongly opposed to the current provision, while Republicans say it's a non-starter. Joshua.
Thank you very much, Dana Marie. 6:35 now. Health leaders are calling for all of us to double down on following the state's guidelines to safely reopen across Washington. But before we look at why the data backs up that claim, I want to revisit one statement made last week from Health Secretary John Weisman. He said, in part, "We are losing the momentum we had during the early months of this response. Looking ahead to the fall and hopes of schools reopening, we must dig back in to regain control." Now, we've also heard from Spokane County's Health Director, Dr. Bob Lutz, who says it could take 4 to 6 weeks before we actually see the results of something like Washington's mask mandate. Well, this week is the 5th week, so we're going to take a look at where we are now by the numbers. Since the mask mandate was implemented on June 26th, we saw several weekly increases. In the following week, Spokane County reported 368 new cases of COVID-19. That's more than 55% increase from the week before. 1 week later, the week of July 5th, another increase of 20% in new cases. Then the week of July 12th, another increase of reported cases by over 36%. By the way, that was the 5th straight week in a row of new record number weekly reported cases. But just last week, the week of July 19th, we did see the first decrease of new reported cases since early June. Now, new hospitalizations continue to be an issue in Spokane County as well. 63 patients are hospitalized right now from the virus, and 89 new hospitalizations have reported just in this month alone. That is more than any other month that we have seen so far. The data also shows that 9 people between the ages of 10 and 39 are included in that group. That means older kids, teenagers, or young adults are included in these hospitalizations. And just yesterday, the county also increased the number of COVID-related deaths by 5. That brings the number of people who have died from the virus up to 52. So these are some of the numbers. The local health leaders say they are determined to getting under control before the county can safely move forward. Dana Marie?
All right, thank you so much, Joshua, for that update. Let's take a look at what's trending this morning. WSU's head coach, football coach, brought a whopping 23 cases of cookies this week from a local Girl Scout troop. Take a look at this tweet. This is from the Eastern Washington Girl Scouts. They said, "Huge shout out to Nick Rolovich for supporting Girl Scouts in Pullman. You made a huge difference for these girls and for programs statewide." Now, Coach Rolovich is asking people to help all of the Girl Scouts of Eastern Washington and North Idaho. This year definitely has been a hard season to sell. He says they only have 100 cases left. He provided a contact information if you want to help and buy. If you need the information, text the word cookies to 509-448-2000. You'll get an email to order those. The Girl Scouts of Eastern Washington and North Idaho have so many awesome programs. We saw one girl we did interview 23,000 boxes, but of course that's not the case for everybody when a lot of people and a lot of girls weren't able to sell in person very long. So that's awesome. I love that head coach making that impact.
I got to say, Dana Marie, how many cases do you think Rolo's keeping for himself?
Probably, I would say 19, and then maybe he'll share a couple of Thin Mints.
19 cases, wow.
Oh, cases.
Yeah.
Oh, no, boxes. He only bought boxes. There's
Okay.
100 cases left to sell.
Gotcha.
But maybe he can bribe his football players with some
I think that's the
cookies.
best way to do it, as long as he keeps a couple for himself. Thank you for that update this morning, Dana Marie. I hope we get a lot of people texting the word cookies
Yeah.
to our text line. That'd be great. All right, 6:39 on the way here this morning. We have told you about some of the potential long-term side effects and symptoms of COVID-19, and there's new research this morning about the toll that it could take on your heart. Let's connect the dots.
New evidence is suggesting the long-term effects of coronavirus could be serious. Let's connect the dots. The new research found that 78% of people diagnosed with COVID-19 showed evidence of heart damage weeks after they recovered. This is according to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association Cardiology. The study looked at 100 patients who had not experienced symptoms related to their heart while battling coronavirus. And according to research, the patients were mostly healthy before their COVID-19 diagnosis. Most had recovered from coronavirus at home, and 18% never even had any symptoms of the virus. The damage found included inflammation of the heart muscle and the protective tissue that surrounds this vital organ. What researchers don't know is how long this heart damage sticks around. The patients in the study were put through an MRI 2 to 3 months after their diagnosis, but this is a troubling sign as we learn more about the long-term effects of coronavirus. There is already talk of follow-up studies on COVID-19 survivors to measure the impact.
Still to come, you may have seen a post on social media that claims Kroger is charging a BLM fee. Coming up, our Verify team explains what that is and why initial claims are false.
And outside, a little bit of haze to kick off the morning. We'll talk about 90-degree heat and triple digits across central Washington. It's coming up.
Plus, we are tracking several active wildfires throughout Washington state this morning. Join us on the on Up with KREM on the CW22. And we will let you know at 7 o'clock what the latest updates are for you.